Well, this works. Yay! Alrighty. Hello everybody, my name is Theophiltia, and welcome to my Nintendo Switch. Attempt 2. I got the audio working, as you can see. I have no way to know if it's too loud or not. Alright, let's get into this. This is amazing, the museum. The orchestra hall is amazing. I don't think I've played any Apollo Justice game. So I've played Dual Destinies. It's pretty much the only one I've beaten. So I'll do this one first. Woo! Dual Destinies! Well, Dual Destinies first.
These are dark times, where the law has been reduced to rubble, and it's up to us to restore it to its former glory. Yeah, I know what you mean. It looks like your target finally decided to make a move. Don't you worry. I've got a trusty new partner on board.
Done. You bet. Let's do this.
She's been with us for half a year, though I can hardly believe it. Anyway, her power will be our greatest weapon.
Are you all right, miss?
Yeah, it's for this very reason I returned. Time to bring it to an end.
I wish this trilogy also included the Professor Layton one. So that one was pretty cool. I also have no idea if you guys can hear me very well. Yes, this is my Nintendo Switch official hardware, so Nintendo can't really get angry about me not using official hardware because I am. The best thing about that word is how they erase and destroy without discretion. You really gotta do something real quick. Live chat. I don't know if it's anything. I couldn't see. December 17th, 9:22 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby, number 5. Nope. Not feeling nervous at all. It's amazing what a girl can get used to. Even a tense atmosphere feel like this is no biggie. You doing okay, Athena? Oh, Apollo. Yeah, doing great. Like, hum a little tune great. Oh yeah? Well, that's good to hear. Although, I could have sworn I heard your voice crack for a second there. Oof, I'm that transparent, huh? Cracking? No, my voice isn't cracking. Nerves of steel here, I tell you. This is Apollo Justice. He's a fellow lawyer at the office I work for. Apollo is the lead for the defense on this case. But I'm going to be there at the bench with him, doing what I can to help out. I'll do whatever it takes to defend Junie. Speaking of steel, how are you holding up? That explosion really did a number on you. I'm just happy that you're okay, Athena. Although, I can't pretend I have no connection to this case. That's why I'm gonna see to it that Juniper's name is cleared. And I'm sure you feel much the same way. You got that right. I won't rest until Junie is completely cleared of all suspicion. Hello? Athena? Thank you for doing this for me. 1 second. Had to do something. Yeah, there we go. Now I can see how many viewers I have. Junie! Hey, are you alright? Come on, I replaced alright with sorry, I replaced okay with alright? Can I even read? Sorry about that. I always seem to go into coughing fits when I get nervous. This kind of thing never happens at home in the forest, though. This is Juniper Woods. She's my dear childhood friend, and she's also our client for this case. The news keeps repeating that Junie is the alleged, that word. That's ridiculous. There's no way Junie would ever do anything like that. I brought you a little snack, Athena. Just a little something from my garden. Hey, thanks. So, is this an orange or a tangerine? It's an orange. My grandma says that orange is the color of strength and endurance. Oh, I get it. Strength for the trial, right? Junie, you're always so good to me. Geez, look at me, standing here clutching an orange to my chest with tears in my eyes. Well, don't you worry. We'll be so powerful in there, they won't know what hit them, right, Apollo? Yeah, that's right. Come what may, this is one trial. We just can't lose. Oof. Pup, what are you doing? Stop that. Apollo. Apollo. Yeah. You should sit this one out. Blood is seeping through his bandages. One of his wounds must have reopened. All this time he was trying to put on a brave face, but he was really overdoing it. Natalia, what are you doing? Stop it. Hopper. Mr. Justice! Huh? The trial's about to start, sir. Please proceed to the courtroom. What? Now? But Apollo's in no state to defend. I have to defend Juniper. What are we gonna do? The trial's about to start, with or without us. There's only one other option I can think of at a time like this. But if I call him now, he'll never get here in time. Natalia, stop it. No, wait, there's something else I can do. Apollo, give me all the evidence for the case. Huh? What are you gonna do? Bailiff? Yes, miss? The defense would like to submit a substitution of attorney petition. Athena? One sec. Alright, that's better. You're not seriously. You just concentrate on getting better. I'll defend Junie. All by yourself, Athena? Stop for a second and think about what you're doing. About what you're saying. You've never once taken a case on alone before, right? No hay problema. I can handle it. I think. My Spanish teacher would yell at me right now for saying hey. No hay problema. I think that's how it's said. Okay. Because H's are silent. But anyway. But I guess it's really up to you, Junie. Would you be okay with me taking over? Sure. I believe in you, Athena. And that's enough for me. You're worried for me, aren't you? To be honest, I'm pretty nervous too. I think my heart might just burst out of my chest. But you're in no shape to stand at the bench now. So you'll just have to leave it to me. Alright. I can see your mind's made up anyway. I hate it that I can't be there, but I know you'll give your utmost to defend Juniper. You bet I will, rest assured of that. My name's Athena Sykes. I'm just a newbie, but I'm a lawyer. This is only the second time I've taken the lead in a defense case. It'll be the first time I stand up there alone, though. But I have to do this. And I'm definitely not about to let anything bad happen to Junie. Bring on the trial. Court is now in session. All rise. Court is now in session for the trial of Juniper Woods. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is also ready, Your Honor. And what is the meaning of this? I was under the impression that Mr. Red Monkey would be my opponent today. Yes, a substitution of attorney petition was submitted just a few moments ago. Due to the explosion in the courthouse yesterday, Mr. Justice is unable to continue. I see. Not at all. Well, surprise, he used that as an excuse to run away. Oh, hey, pup. You're being adorable. What are you trying to do? You want to play the game? She's pawing at the controller. She put the controller in her mouth. Hey. You want me to press A? Okay. Ow, ow. This is all Natalia. Hopper, what are you doing? Good girl. This arrogant jerk. You arrogant jerk. No, Widget. Is my hearing getting worse? I could have sworn I heard the defense say something just now. No, you didn't hear anything at all, especially not from me. How odd. I could have sworn that I also heard something. Natalia! What are you doing? Ah! I guess this stream's taken over by a pup now. Okay. Ow! Ow. Pup, that hurt. You can't claw there. Contradiction? You just stated that you said nothing. However, if that device in yours says what you're thinking, then you indeed said I was, what was it, elegance at work? Actually, it was arrogant jerk. Hey! Natalia, you can't chew there. No fresh out of law school rookie can defend this witness. Stop it! Natalia! You can't chew everything, okay? You can't chew everything, pup. I know you want to. Here, how's this? Hey. That's my controller. Oh, ow. I understand. I get it. I get it. Ah! Ah! Natalia. I get it. I get it. I'll get you a model. Ah! One sec. I had to put Pup away. Not in cage or anything. Just like close my door. Again, Jack. Miss Sykes, if you continue to insult the prosecution, I'll remove you from this sport. I'm very sorry. It was just a knee-jerk reaction. Now then, Mr. Payne, your opening statement, if you please. Thank you, Your Honor. I missed this game. So cool. Now then, the incident occurred yesterday here at this very courtroom in courthouse in courtroom number 4. At that time, the trial for certain bombing was being held in courtroom number 4. Yes, I was presiding over that trial as well. And Mr. Justice was there as a lawyer for the defense. A bomb that was being presented as evidence suddenly went off during the trial. Whoops. I don't even know what I said. Oh well. It was a terrible incident, and courtroom number 4 was completely destroyed. Fortunately, we were able to start evacuation procedures before the explosion occurred. Just a few seconds more and it would have turned into a horrific loss of human life. There was in fact one death, was there not? That is correct, Your Honor. When courtroom number 4 was examined after the blast, the body of Detective Candace Arm was discovered. She was to take the stand as a witness later in the trial. I suppose she wasn't able to evacuate in time? What a terrible tragedy. I must admit, I stumbled at least 10 times before I was able to escape. Maybe the court should see about getting you even shorter robes. The victim's body was found near the entrance to the courthouse. Courtroom. I suspect she stayed until the very end to help guide the others out safely. Your Honor, allow me to submit it as evidence the victim's autopsy report and details about that word. As long as I remember, I'm not gonna say that word. If I accidentally say it, so be it. Stuffed animal added to the courtroom record. Okay, I know how this works. All evidence for the trial is filled in the court record. When I want to check something out, I just use R. Yup. I better take a peek later. Now then, please call the accused to the witness stand. Defendant, are you feeling alright? You're looking a bit pale. No, I'm so sorry. I was feeling a bit weak when I first arrived here at the courthouse. But I'm alright. Jenny's really giving it her all. I'd better make sure I do the same. If you could please proceed. Your name and occupation, defendant? Juniper Woods. I'm a high school student. Miss Woods, can you confirm you were in the courthouse on the day in question? Yes, I came to know Apollo Justice through my friend Thena. And so, I was there yesterday to watch his trial and lend my support. Something's wrong. Junie's really scared. Did you know I'm also known as the defendant humiliator? It looks like I have yet another chance to show everyone how I earned that moniker. Does his arrogance know no bounds? I have to protect Julie no matter what. Hey, you arrogant prosecutor Payne. Huh? What is it? Do you want me to demonstrate why I'm known as the rookie humiliator instead? Deep breaths, Athena. Don't let him get to you. Prosecutor Payne, Junie's telling the truth. Mr. Justice also backed up her claim when we saw him in the defendant lobby. And Junie, he said that he was glad to get the lotus root you gave him too. He was? My grandma says lotus roots is good for your eyes. She says they can even help you see into the future. You can? That's the perfect present for a lawyer. That's true, I guess you must not have eaten them. Sweet meat girl like this, blowing a courtroom to pieces, 2 bits. I must say, it's very hard. Now, Your Honor, don't let her seemingly innocent appearance fool you. The defendant had a motive for committing this crime. That's not true. I don't have any kind of motive. And I didn't even know the lady who was killed. I admit the investigation didn't turn up any connection between the victim and defendant. However, that doesn't matter. The only thing that does is her objective was the destruction of courtroom number 4 itself. What? Hey, what's that supposed to mean? Why in the world would Miss Woods want to do that? That's a very good question coming from a novice such as yourself. But first, a question for the defendant. Have you ever been brought up on false charges? What? Why, yes. Yes, I have. And did that experience cause you to harbor a grudge against the court system? Now, wait just a minute. If that kind of thing was a motive for blowing things up, then every one of our clients would turn into that word. That's a valid point. We wouldn't have a single courthouse left standing in the land. I can see the accused isn't the only one who might bear resentment against the courts, but Miss Wood is the only person who could have committed this crime. Why? Because we have found some decisive evidence that proves the defendant's guilt. Huh? Decisive. I'll believe it when I see it. It involves a very unique aspect of that word itself, Your Honor. And what exactly is so unique about it? Why don't we have Miss Sykes answer that question? Huh? Me? I noticed that you appear to be very nervous, and well, gentleman that I am, I'd like to offer you the chance to gain some confidence within such an easy question. Could he be any more condescending? Really, what a thoroughly unpleasant man. L is for loser. What did it just say? Nothing, not a single thing. Loser pain. I know, the courtroom record. The information I need somewhere in the courtroom record. Alright, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. What was unique about that word that blew up the courtroom? Was it because it was Fame, what kind of simpleton do you take me for? It was stuffed inside a stuffed animal. With evil intentions covered by a cute exterior. Very good. Have a cookie. Yay, cookie! That word that went off in the courtroom was indeed hidden inside a stuffed animal. Not bad, I am fine. Just like I said from the start, I can do this. Yes, as I recall. Not important. I never even got to take a look at it. But what connection does this impish elephant have with the defendant? The answer to that question lies in another piece of evidence. Which I have here. And what, pray tell, is this? It appears to be a little singed. It's the tale, Your Honor, the tale of a poor victim of the explosion. This is incredible. Are you saying it's Detective Army's tale? What? Your Honor is so very close, but no, it belongs to this stuffed animal. It's called the Phony Fanty. Or Phony Fanty. A rather unpleasant name, if you ask me. He is the mascot for a campaign to eliminate false evidence and false charges, is he not? Exactly. His motto is phony evidence is just trunked up. That's so wrong on so many levels. The Phony Fanty's tail is made of vinyl cloth. And we found something very interesting on its surface. The defendant's fingerprints. What? How? phony Fantee provided the prosecution with all the evidence we needed. It clearly proves that the accused handled that word. But that doesn't make any sense. Why would Junie's fingerprints be on it? That does appear to be pretty irrefutable evidence. The court accepts it into evidence. What if it was just blown past her fingers? Miss Woods, do you have an explanation for this? How about you, Miss Sykes? Do you have any possible explanation for me to refute this? Well, I can't think of a single thing, but I better come up with something for Junie's sake. You can't produce an answer. We should always go straight to the ruling. You could always go straight to the ruling if you prefer. No, say something fast. I can't get my voice to work. Why now of all times? I thought I overcame this already. Maybe I'm still not ready to stand in court. You got this.
As you can see, there is no room for debate.
Objection!
Why, it's you!
I present my attorney badge! Sorry it took me so long to get here, Athena. Apollo explained the whole thing to me over the phone. He asked me to come help you out in his place. Thanks for coming. I hate to admit it, but I was having a real rough time of my own. I don't know. I think you were doing just fine, all things considered. And you hung in there, giving me enough time to get here. Now let's turn things around. You got it, boss. Ho ho ho. Look who showed up out of the blue. If it isn't Mr. Phoenix Wright, you always manage to surprise me. Your Honor, Mr. Payne has called for an early ruling. But I believe there are still many things that need to be deliberated. How did Miss Wood's fingerprints wind up on the stuffed animal tail? How was that word even detonated? Until these questions are answered, I assert it's impossible for a fair ruling to be made. You are absolutely right. Let us continue from where we left off. I assume you have no objections, Mr. Payne? Heh, none at all, Your Honor. Miss Woods really looks like she's having a hard time. Junie's really struggling this, right? I get the sense she's afraid of the courtroom itself. Because of yesterday? Yeah, it was understandably very traumatic for her. Poor thing. And here she is, back at the courthouse again, being so brave. I'd like to make a request, Your Honor. If at all possible, I'd like to have Miss Woods rest in the lobby. Given the defendant's condition, Very well, I grant special permission. You go get some rest, Junie, and leave the rest to us. Okay, thank you. Sorry about this. Phoenix Wright. I've been looking forward to meeting you. And I've been looking forward to crushing you, Mr. Payne. You're more clueless than I'd heard. I do believe you mean, how do you do? For I am Gaspin Payne. I am the younger brother of your long-standing rival, Winston Payne. What? Long-standing rival? When were we ever rivals? Let alone long-standing. You'll see, Mr. Wright. I will cleanse Winston of the disgrace he met with at your hands. You mean the toupee-wearing guy? Looks like this royal pain is going to be as thoroughly unpleasant as the other. Your Honor, the prosecution would now like to call a decisive witness to the stand. This witness will testify as to how the accused detonated that word in the courtroom. Very well. Please call your witness, Mr. Payne. Witness, your name, occupation, please. That was a yawn. Witness? Name, Ted. Tonate. Occupation. That word, disposal specialist. Oh my, what a strange robotic voice you have. Speech synthesis via typing is the same as me talking. Sounds exactly like a robot. Can't you speak in a normal matter? I can. You can. But I do not like to speak. Speaking is inefficient. Energy expenditure speaking greater than typing. Understand? What an odd witness. Mr. Choi was in charge of that word for that trial and was there when it went off. Being that word squad specialist, do you have any relation to the victim? Negative. I first met the girl on this job. Many people are employed by the police. I know only a fraction of them. However, I was shocked when I first discovered the body of the victim. Shocked? I was the first one on the scene after the explosion. I went there to ensure safety, but I ended up discovering a dead body. So he was the first to discover the body, was he? He is here to testify about the circumstances surrounding the moment of the explosion. Very well. The court will hear Mr. Tonate's its testimony. But at the very least, show this court some respect and remove that face guard witness. That word was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Disarmed, you say? Important? That word's name, HH3000, operated by timer with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed. I saw that word's timer was counting down. How? How did you see it counting down? Precisely, activating the timer is very simple. Connect wires, switch on timer. A monkey could do it. I am sure even you would be able to, Mr. Wright. I guess that makes you the blue monkey in this barrel of fun, boss. I'd like to begin my cross-examination, huh? Mr. Tone, what is that? HH3000, aka that word. What? Great googly moogly. Mr. Tone, I demand that you disarm at this instant. Disassembly complete. Hump 5.3 seconds, 0.2 seconds short of my personal best. Are you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm not exactly a spring chicken, you know. This is an exact replica of the HH3000. It is used to practice disarming that word. Disarm equals success, explosion equals failure. Exact replica of that word that exploded, isn't it? So that's what it looks like. I submitted a photograph of the that word taken just before the trial. That's broken. 12 pounds. A perfect replication. Here, that word does appear to be a very good copy indeed. Yes, however, I could not replicate the detonation mechanism. It has a very puzzling wire setup. It was regrettable that I could not replicate it. At least that's enough. There's no need to replicate anything here. The defense would begin their cross-examination, huh? Where has Miss Sykes gone? You can come out now. Okay, Mr. Wright, let's get to work. I guess you were pretty scared, huh? What? I don't know what you're talking about. She was about to bolt. Hey, put a sock in it, widget. As transparent as ever. Now, let's see, where were we? We were at the cross-examination. Oh, cross-examination, of course. She seems disoriented. I wonder if she's alright. Maybe I should ask if she remembers how to cross-examine. I do. I'll be fine. I'll do everything I can to help. Can't find any contradictions. And you flub up too often, don't be afraid to ask me for help. Press X when the object consoles me appears. I'll let you know whether they think a suspicious statement is. Sounds good. I'll be counting on you. If I get in a bind. Alright, it's cross-examination time. When that word went off. That word was originally disarmed by me, then transported here as evidence. Operated by a timer with a remote. I was watching from the gallery when I suddenly became alarmed.
Hold it!
Why were you in the gallery? My duties may have been over for the moment, but I wanted to keep watch. Even though that word was disarmed, you could never be too careful. Explosive devices are very dangerous things. How admirably responsible of you, a model to be emulated. I practice disarming them every day. I practice assembling them too. disarming part I get, but assembling them? Well, I'll have you know that I practice presenting evidence every day myself. I see, but do you ever practice having evidence presented to you? Presented to me? What? No, Then you cannot very well call yourself a professional yet, can you? Okay, that does it. I'm gonna start practicing having evidence presented to me every day. And you'd better take some coffee, boss. We're gonna be pulling an all-nighter. I don't think that will be necessary. Or worth either of our time. So, Mr. Tony, what did you witness from the gallery? How?
Hold it!
You saw time counting down clearly with your own eyes? I'd hardly think a timer as small as that one, as the one on this could be seen from the gallery. These goggles help me see very small things clearly from far away. I can even see what you had for breakfast by looking at your tie. Why do I suddenly feel like a bug under a magnifying glass? I guess it's possible he saw a timer if he was wearing those goggles. I'm not so sure. This one just doesn't fit with me. I don't think I follow. It was completely hidden inside the stuffed animal. So well concealed, in fact, that it didn't even look like a explosive at all. So you're trying to find testimony that conflicts with the evidence, right? That's right. Listen carefully to Mr. Nate's testimony is the first step. After all, it's a matter of time of taking a look at any evidence that seems relevant. Remember that you'll open the court record when you go to present something. If you find evidence that conflicts with the testimony, present it. Let's see. This testimony is about when that word went off. So I'd like to think the state it was in at the time would be pretty important. A thing that didn't look like a thing because it was inside a stuffed animal, huh?
Objection!
So you say you saw the thing's countdown, is that right? Of course, I clearly saw it counting down to 0. And I say that you are clearly lying. What are you talking about? There's no way you could have seen in the thing's timer. After all, the thing was concealed inside a stuffed animal. Mr. Tone, how can you claim to know the thing was about to go off when you couldn't even see the timer? But there's... What? No. That does seem like a glaring inconsistency indeed. Witness, how do you explain this? Well, Ooh, that was great, Mr. Wright. You found a contradiction right off the bat. Always remember, Athena, when you find an inconsistency in a witness's testimony, there's always a reason behind it. It could be a lie, a hidden meaning, or a secret. Whatever it is, it's up to us to dig it out. And pointing out every contradiction we find is the best way to do it, right, boss? Now the question is, what can we dig out of Mr. Turner? Well, let me see. No, there must be some mistake. Oh, yes, of course. I remember now. The sound. I knew because of the sound. Sound? What sound? When the timer of this type of thing is switched on, it beeps softly. Beep, beep, beep. It is the sound of the thing counting down. A beeping noise, you say? I suppose it would be possible to notice that, even with the thing inside the stuffed animal. I simply made a mistake. My bad.
Objection!
How in the world did you hear such a tiny little thing sound all the way from the gallery? Listening for the sound of a thing's timer is an internal part of my work. I constantly undergo training so that I would never miss it. I hardly think training would help you hear something so soft from so far away. What now? Are you making light of the fine science of disarming things? Is the solemn mission that I put my life on the line to perform? What kind of specialist would I be if I could not hear a thing's timer? It's not like assembling a toaster, you know. Now he's just showing off. You keep asserting that the sound was too tiny to hear, but the only thing I can hear is your skill as a lawyer. Being mistrustful is not an attractive quality, you know. And you're just overflowing with attractive qualities, are you? Well, perhaps you have some proof that Mr. Tone did not hear the sound. Well, no, but it still seems totally suspect. But it's going to be really hard to prove that he didn't hear something. If I have this correct, prosecution argument is that someone reactivated the thing before it was brought into the courtroom. Why I don't understand, Mr. Payne, is why you believe that person to be Miss Woods. That's simple, Your Honor. Mr. Tony happened to be there when it happened. He was there when the defendant rearmed the thing. What's this now? It happened before the trial started. It was when Detective Arm and I were transporting the thing. We brought the thing to the lobby for the defense. Thing equals evidence the lawyer wanted to see it before the start of the trial. Looking for a chance to get at the thing, Miss Woods was already there in the lobby. Her goal was surely to rearm the thing and steal the remote switch. The remote switch? Yes, the switch that controls the thing remotely, duh. Has been missing ever since the incident. I am partially to blame. I left the thing and remote on top of the transport case. And they were rearmed and stolen while I was talking to the lawyer. With the lawyer, the defendant then used the remote from inside the courtroom to start the timer.
Objection!
How can you assert so unequivocally that the thing was rearmed in the lobby? The thing was safely secured in the transport case. The only time it was outside the case was in the lobby. Therefore, that was the one and only opportunity everyone had to meddle with it. Someone other than Mr. Tonic could have opened the case and taken the thing out. Impossible. The transport case is assigned exclusively to me. Do you see this number here? This is my identification number. L1001-5R. Nevertheless, Mr. Payne's assertion is nothing more than conjecture. You have no proof that it was Miss Woods who stole the remote switch. And by the same token, you have no proof that it wasn't her. But what I do have is a piece of evidence that proves the defendant handled the thing. That tail? 5 minutes, 24 seconds, 2.3 deciseconds. The defense's advantage lasted a mere 5 minutes. Talk about a rotten hand. As long as they have her fingerprints as their trump card, I'm at a big disadvantage. It appears we will have to hear from the defendant herself once more. But before that, I'm gonna save and end this here. Thank you for coming out to the stream. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. It helps me out. It helps me know what you guys like and what don't like. I will be doing another stream of this because this is one of my favorite games. Thank you and goodbye.